So this video today is going to be on how you actually build cannonball delts. You want to build deltoids that stick out, have some size to them, and make for a very athletic looking physique. Because let's face it, there's no point really having biceps if you don't have any delts to try and bring them out more. They're the part of the arm that makes you look really strong, really fit, and really Grecian god-esque. Oh, there you are. Right, so I want to talk about how you actually build that kind of deltoid muscle. And for those of you that don't know, the deltoid consists of three muscles. So you've got your anterior deltoid, your medial deltoid, and your posterior deltoid. And it's really the medial deltoid that brings out the kind of size. It's the one that sticks out. But you will be wanting to build all three because you do rotate, like that is part of your natural movement. You do move. You aren't just seen from the front, so you want to build up all three heads in order to have that kind of overall rounded look. So I want to go over what exercises you're going to be using for it. So this is something that I struggled with for years. I always was fascinated by that muscle in particular because it was one that I never had. I'd managed to build up biceps, I'd managed to build my triceps, I'd built a bunch of different things, but it was really like the deltoid muscle and for another video it would be abs, because I was never lean enough to really see mine before. So I was fascinated by those two muscles, which is why you might see from some of my videos that they're the ones that I tend to favour, because they're the ones I always wanted. So for years I was plagued with misinformation. I was reading about it. I thought I just hadn't found the right exercises, I hadn't trained them enough. So I would find that I would do high volume training and find a little bit of success. But in the end, I didn't actually manage to keep any of that. I never managed to get to the point where I'm at now that you can see them even when I'm not pumped up. This is me not training. So the thing that really changed it was going for strength gains. I did strength stuff on my lower body and my legs were huge, my ass was huge. I was so muscular down there because it wasn't a muscle I was really trying to get big on at the time. I just wanted to get stronger. And that's the difference. The key to getting your shoulders and any muscle to really pop is to build more strength, because you're wanting to get that myofibrillar muscle growth. So that means that you'll keep your size even when you're not at the gym. Of course, sarcoplasmic growth does have some benefits. It's going to be a short-term benefit, and if you don't train for a while or if you fluctuate on your carbohydrates, you're going to see those gains go away, but the gains you get from strength training stay for a lot longer. So what is strength training? What am I meaning? So with strength training, I'm meaning you're wanting to be able to lift more weight, and one of the best exercises that I've been doing is actually the standing press. And if you're curious about how long it's going to take for you to have shoulders that pop out, well, I would say put your goal as trying to do the standing press, which I'll show in a minute. You want to get your standing press numbers and how much you can lift close to your body weight. The closer you get to your body weight, and if you're a real A-plus fitness student, then you'll be wanting to get that number above your own body weight. So the closer you get to that, the better your shoulders will look. That's just what I've found, and on all of my lifts, the heavier I can do, the more my muscles seem to show and grow. So the method I like using on any exercise I want to increase in strength is a method called reverse pyramid training, which is where you start with your heaviest weight, which you can only do 5 reps with, and then go down about 10 pounds and do 6 to 8 reps. So that's a starting point. I've been doing 2 sets of exercises when I do formal workouts because I've been cutting down, but if you're not cutting, then you can do 3 sets. That's not heavy volume, that's reasonable volume, and I guarantee that you have muscle growth on that if you just keep training. It might take you about 5 months before you're getting your strength numbers up to a point where it's good enough to show. That was how long it took me roughly to start to have my shoulders pop out more, and I was really quite excited when that happened. So another exercise, because the thing about doing strength training is eventually you're going to hit a plateau. If you're going into your workout and you're feeling drained before you even lift the weight, then it's time to incorporate something called exercise rotation, which is where you take an exercise that works the muscles. It's very similar, and you do that and progress on that. So your weights will vary between those two. Like you might go down in weight and you do that for a while until you plateau at that, and then you switch back to your original exercise. And you want to have one exercise in rotation, and that exercise rotation type thing. So the exercise I like rotating my standing press with is actually something called the Bradford Press, which once again I will give an example of. So with the strength training aspect out of the way, I guess we can move on to talking about doing the kind of higher volume type stuff for that sarcoplasmic growth. So an exercise I really like doing is something called the Gironda Raises, or Gironda Raises, and I like them better than regular lateral raises because I always felt on lateral raises that like it just felt really weird on my shoulder joint, and that's a really good exercise. And for that you will be doing higher volume, so you just pick one weight and stick to that weight, and it should be a weight that you can do around about 10 to 15 reps with. And as soon as you can do 15, you move up in weight and you do 3 sets of that as well. So it's not hugely higher in volume, but you are going to slightly higher rep ranges. And of course, we also want to work the rear delts. And the standing press itself works the anterior deltoids as well as the medial ones, while also working the upper chest area. So you've already hit this area, so you just want to hit the rear delts, and it would be good to do that. And to do that, you would be hitting some rear delt flies. And of course, if you're feeling like the strength in that area is really bad, then you might want to start incorporating some bent over barbell rows, and that works your back. It's good for developing back thickness, but it also hits the rear deltoid as well. So it's very subjective. Like if you feel like you want to do that, then by all means do that. I'll give an example here. But those are the few things that you would need to know about building your deltoids. So now let's see it in practice. Trying out some new things with the camera angles and stuff like that, just to keep things interesting. So that's the end of this video. I've shown you the exercises, I've given you the sets, the rep ranges, and how long roughly it took me to start having my shoulders show. Of course, if you already have some progress on your deltoids, then doing these different things is only going to up your shoulder game. So until my next video, like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't already, and I'll be hopefully seeing you guys soon. I did the video, guys. Let me go now. Come on. You can't just keep me trapped in here forever. I can't keep pumping out reps on exercise. I've got to leave sometime. I've got to have a life. What's the point of training if I'm not allowed to leave and actually use it? Let me leave. Never allowed to go. Not until my Bye.